Good afternoon, welcome to yet another edition of the English News Bulletin on UCU Focus. I am Marcia Generat. Let us take a quick look at the headlines. Freshers Ball gets spiritual. UCU Sunday finally on calendar. Now pressure point at live auditions in Media Challenge. And the university's pride, Lady Cannons, continue to shine in basketball. Now let's take a look at the news in detail. For the first time in Uganda Christian University's Freshers Ball, the first years focused more on receiving on blessings and listening to the Word of God. Our reporter Joshua Mitala reports.
At exactly 7 p.m., the basketball court at Uganda Christian University was filled with food and entertainment from various artists such as Pastor Wilson Bugembe, Brian Lubega, and Levikson. This was later spiced up by various poets and dancers. This left thousands on their feet, including the University Guild officials. MC Napoleon and Zoe were also there to excite the masses.
That was a blessing, but I think it was a bit short. It would have been good if we had had him for a little longer time. There are people who are decent, even in presentation people were very decent, even dressing was much better, although not 100%, but it was a lot better than the previous years. And even behavior-wise, I think people behaved quite well.
The core organizers too acknowledged that this year would be better because of the prayer.
It has been a good initiative to have Pastor Wilson Bugembe talk to the students, especially to involve them in prayers.
First-year students in attendance believe that this year will be fruitful as they were blessed.
Actually, the prayer was so nice, was touching. I feel it in myself and it has motivated me, it has put me on the right track, and now I'm actually the person I need to be.
It's a blessing for us to start a semester with prayer, because with prayer everything is possible, and according to what you prayed for us, that was not to have retakes, to be good performers, to go through each and everything smoothly. I live my life to be close to my Lord. Everybody was singing.
Today, the first-year students of Uganda Christian University had their Freshers Ball. This was blessed by a renowned artist, Pastor Wilson Bugembe. But the question is, will this prayer have an impact on this year's students? Joshua Mitala, reporting for UCU Focus at the basketball court.
Thornycroft Chapel of Uganda Christian University joined other Anglican churches around Uganda in honoring UCU Sunday. Michael Paul Kazinja reports.
Today, 24th of September 2017, Thornycroft Chapel has joined other Anglican churches around the country in honoring UCU Sunday. This is the first of its kind. It's a day designated off the calendar for every last Sunday of September by the House of Bishops. The chaplaincy had this to say.
This is a time when people reflect about UCU, they will pray for UCU, and they will contribute towards UCU. And this is something that is happening across the country. But even at Uganda Christian University today, although we are having a mission week, we also had a session to just tell people about UCU Sunday, where UCU has come from, and how we need people to really support their university for a common cause, so that the vision of the university can be realized.
The student body also had this to say.
Calling upon every student out there to come and be part of this, because we need to reach out to a soul, because Christian life is about having a soul for Christ and knowing Christ for Him.
On the same day, the Mission Week also commenced, and it's to be manned by the African Evangelistic Enterprise.
As a student, this is quite a time when that can be so fulfilling in your life. It's a time when I would call on you to take a break and come for the events so that we can engage together as we seek to work on this topic, life. We began this morning at the Sunday service, and it was wonderful seeing not just the students but the lecturers as well.
Whoever has the sun has life is the theme for this mission week. However, it starts on the day when we have UCU Sunday, the first of its kind, and it will be taking place every year. Reporting for UCU Focus, Michael Paul Kazinja.
The Inter-Universities Media Challenge Season 6 is back, only this time with more tension and a different structure at Uganda Christian University. Take a look. Season 6 of the Inter-Universities Media Challenge initiative is back with the first live auditions held at Uganda Christian University on Saturday, the 23rd of September. The auditions, which were held at the former law library, saw participants turn up in large numbers. In attendance was the patron of UCU Focus, Mr. Mulwanya Richard, who dabbled as a judge.
It has changed and has seemingly gone back to the very first challenge that we took part in, where there were live presentations, only that time the auditions were not done at the university.
The mobile newsroom concept includes a 3-day expo on how to empower women in the media, a career day on skills building, and so much more.
A very good afternoon to you. I'm Rebecca Nabeja with your 1 News.
The CEO Media Challenge, Pendi Abbas, had much to say.
Now we are coming here, taking the concept of a newsroom out of a TV station or a radio station or a newspaper and bring it to your university and give you an experience of what it means to be a news anchor live before judges and before an audience, and what it means to do actually live reporting. The current trends now, we are going digital and the world needs people who can report on spot what things are happening there and then. Blow by blow coverage of events so that you can get to know what's happening in the world.
And when asked about their thoughts and experiences, a couple of first years said,
I participated for being a news anchor, and I also participated in the competition of 1 minute of fame, where you pretend to be hosting a show and of your choice, and surprisingly I apparently did better in the 1 minute of fame, and I was surprised that the judges told me I was better there. But whatever the case, I won't give up my dream.
But I think it's a very good initiative. This is something that is not taught in class. Of course, you can be having the skill of writing or reporting, but when you don't have the skill to present them. So this was more like practical. So the day was very interesting. Different categories, of course, but the most important thing was where people were more like mentored.
And Mr. Mpindi Abbas had the final say.
Third thing is that we are starting the first ever multimedia training fellowship program, where the best 35 students out of this expo experience will then qualify for the multimedia training at the academy for 1 month, facilitated by the Media Challenge Academy, working with different companies, organizations, media experts, who will come and then train you in a concept of making a one-man army journalist or one-woman army journalist.
As they say, educate a woman and you have educated a full nation. The hashtag for this year's media challenge is She Can. The search for the next generation of journalists is still on. Reporting for UCU Focus, I am Marcia Generot. Now, with me in the studio is Mr. Isaac Mutebi. He has been a participant in Media Challenge from first year. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Jano.
Well, Mr. Isaac, without wasting further time now, as a participant from first year to third year, would you tell us a brief background of your experience with Media Challenge?
Oh, Media Challenge, I started as an anchor. I came auditioned in the Luganda team. I went through, they believed in me. I made it. So in my second year still I came, I did as a reporter as they were mentoring me up to third year when the other third years left, and I took on the role because I think at least I knew something about Luganda, so I earned that and I had to take it on.
Well, now this year there has been a slight change actually. The Luganda reporters and the Luganda anchors are more in number and they're willing to participate. Is it because you're a leader, or tell us?
Wow, it's not because I'm a leader, but I think now this time around it has been more of teamwork, because we've worked hand in hand to mobilize. We've done an extensive mobilization and we've brought more people on board. We told them that Luganda is good. You know, some people maybe thought Luganda is hard or it's like for local people, you know, now since they're at campus, but we've tried to change that perspective. So that's how we brought them on board.
But anyway, moving away from the Luganda people, even the other participants from third year, and there have been many over the years, third years are not so much willing to participate. Is there something unique about this year's media challenge that wasn't there before?
Yeah, this time around, people could say that we just choose people who want to participate. But at least this time around, I tried to go and talk to them, even the third years, to come and they audition, because the other times they used to say that when they didn't come to audition.
Well, I noticed one change, that this year they brought judges from outside, and over the years they've been bringing judges from within school, our classmates. What can you tell us about that? Do you think it is a good thing, or?
Yeah, true. It's a good thing. Because, people used to say, like I've told you earlier, that, people used to be biased and they could choose their favorites. But at least this time around, the judges, okay, we know them, but, they don't know us. So I think the judge does fairly. Yeah, it was fair. I think it's a good one.
Finally, do you think Uganda Christian University might win this year's media challenge?
Wow, that's a rhetorical question.
Well,
Probably.
You have it from Isaac Mutebi, and that brings us to the end of our interview. The news bulletin continues. Do stay with us. And finally in sports, UCU Lady Cannons defeat Nkumba Lady Marines in National Basketball League. Kathy Namirimo brings you more of this story. On the 24th of September, the UCU Lady Cannons played against the Nkumba Lady Marines in the National Basketball League that was held at the Lugogo Indoor Stadium. The captains from the different sides told us what their expectations were and how they feel about the results.
We had a very hard game on Friday, so we didn't expect that we will have a big scores. So with the scores of 81, 60 something, it feels good because we had a big range.
The game was good. We played so well, except the UCU big ladies killed us down there. Our big ladies failed to push them out and they conceived more points in the center. We desired a win. We needed a win really, but all in all, it did not go for us well.
The UCU Lady Cannons coach gave us an overview of the game.
Well, the game was hard, but we managed to come out on top. Kumba is a great side that pushed us hard from the beginning to the end. They are very athletic, a team, but we managed to overcome all that. The ruin was expected, but we did not expect to sweat in the way we did. We are playing for Zone 5 and I expect the girls back in training as soon as tomorrow.
Today the UCU Lady Cannons managed to defeat the Nkumba Lady Marines with 81 points against 66. Namirimo Kathy reporting for UCU Focus, Lugogo. And to wrap up this afternoon's news bulletin is a documentary, a campaign, The Island of Punishment.
Lake Bunyonyi in the southwestern district of Kabale in Uganda is the third deepest lake in the world and second deepest in Africa. The lake has 29 islands, with the Company Island being the smallest. It is this island that is known as a punishment island, where unmarried girls who got pregnant were taken and left to die there.
We were rescued by the poor fishermen who could not afford the money for the dowries. They come during night, they check. If they find 10 girls, they choose one who's more beautiful than those girls. They marry for free, but have to go away from the region. Because if they get with that girl, or they kill immediately.
93-year-old Jessica Rushanda, who got pregnant at the age of 18, is a survivor of this tradition.
I was brought by my brothers very early in the morning. They made sure I step out of the canoe onto the island before they left.
At the time of her arrival, there were 5 girls at the island who she joined to feed on aquatic plants and await their death. But how did Rushanda finally survive after spending a week at the death island?
For the week I spent on the island, we fed on wild fruits and weeds for survival. Of course, those who did not get picked up by men died of hunger. We would live with the dead bodies on the island, sometimes push them in water and rotate as we wait for men. My hopes of leaving the island were shattered when 2 girls were taken by sailors, leaving me behind. After waiting for days, a young man came to my rescue and asked me to live with him, leaving 5 girls behind. As I left, more girls were being brought to the island. I wasn't shy or ashamed when a man took me on. It was just my lucky day. Shortly after settling with her husband, she gave birth to her firstborn Owen Byarhanga, who has since migrated to Kitagwenda in western Uganda. My husband and I worked for other people and we were given food in turn. We later cultivated and grew our own food. When he passed on at 94, I worked very hard because being a widow doesn't kill you if you're wise. After my husband died, I started feeling strange pain in my spine and then slowly started losing my voice. The now grandmother of 50 and great-grandmother of 20 children also weighed in between being killed and being dumped at the famous island.
And that brings us to the end of our news bulletin today. Thank you so much for joining me and do have a wonderful afternoon. I am Mercy Aganorot.